Got some more content coming out of Cleveland that is in regards to the Jimmy Haslam department. A lot of media people and fans and everybody across the board is speaking about Jimmy Haslam actually liking Shedeur Sanders. Now, we know his grandkids were spotted at the game rocking Shedeur Sanders jerseys, and I'm here to tell you, the way it's looking, Jimmy Haslam is speaking highly of Shedeur. He's confident in Shedeur. He wants more of Shedeur.
This changes everything you thought you knew about Shedeur Sanders, and the internet absolutely isn't ready for it. One quiet move, one powerful billionaire, and suddenly the future looks very different. Insiders are leaking, timelines are spiraling, and the ripple effect could shake the entire league by sunrise.
I have talked about Shedeur a couple times without you in your expertise as a defensive back and just a generally reasonable person. What we got here?
We got a lot of noise around a situation that does not deserve to be that noisy. They didn't protect him. The 2 times they protected him, he went downfield well. The interception was a panicked, terrible throw, but generally, I think there's nothing to really pull from this particular game. Then he goes and wins the next game, has that incredible throw, and then it feels like the push behind him is like, see?
Suddenly, Cleveland isn't just a city that obsesses over its own heartbreaks. It's apparently a city where Jimmy Haslam quietly transforms into the ultimate Shedeur hype man. Grandkids spotted in Sanders jerseys? That's not casual fandom.
There's no doubt he is different, right? We can't deny that he has a different way about him, which is what I think makes him so unique. It's why I think he has the fan base that he has.
He has had success at each of these levels. Now, people look at the overall record and go, again, they were a 1-11 football team before he Travis Hunter, his father, got there.
That's a subtle declaration that the Browns owner just endorsed a quarterback with the kind of swagger that could make a statue blush. Haslam's reportedly talking him up, smiling, while muttering things that sound suspiciously like, yes, more of this guy, please.
Kind of like Baker. When Baker came in, that was the right guy at the right time with the right attitude that fit this town. Shedeur isn't one for one the same guy that Baker is, but they represent that same spark. And for whatever reason, under Jimmy Haslam, those are the kind of guys that are going to elevate you, right? The guy who doesn't walk, talk, and act like the stereo. He doesn't do what Tom Brady did, where he just bored you to tears.
And the streets of Cleveland, they're buzzing. Social media timelines are lighting up like someone threw a touchdown-sized sparkler into the fire pit of the internet. 92.3, the fan confirms what everyone is whispering at bars and in car rides. Sanders isn't like the other guys.
Got to talk about his teammates more after he win, but he did it. And then I rewatched that game, and I'm like, that play was incredible. But he didn't really do much in that game. And it feels like we're still in a situation where we're trying to really assess this guy. And to be fair, if he were a first-round pick, he would be giving us enough right now, I think, for us to be like, all right, there's something there. We can build around it. But he's not a first-round pick, and I don't think he's done nearly enough for us to be talking about.
He's not a cookie-cutter quarterback who bores you into thinking football is actually just watching paint dry in cleats. He's different, he's loud, he's confident, and yes, that confidence makes some people uncomfortable, but who cares when he wins games and turns previously tragic locker rooms into something that looks like actual football? The funny thing is, the NFL doesn't even need to humble him. Oh no, the league humbles itself by being incredibly, impossibly difficult.
Shedeur is very different from Baker Mayfield. This is what Cleveland needed. And as much as I want to have faith in Cleveland, especially the fan base, the organization, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a Shedeur fan, you really don't pretty much care for Cleveland. But I'm open to being a Cleveland fan. I've never once not said I want to open to it. I am very much open to it. But here's my thing. Y'all have to be open to what comes with Shedeur. It's just simple as that. It goes spade to spade. Y'all got to be open with the fans, the media, people like.
One game against Baltimore, and suddenly reality hits like a linebacker who actually read the playbook. But here's the kicker. People keep yammering about humility like it's some universal requirement. Humble? Sure, if you want a quarterback who politely apologizes for completing a pass. Sanders doesn't play that way.
He's made an impact at every level. So there's 2 places that he's gone that has immediately raised the level of success and raised the profile of those places. The NFL is a different level of competition. And I think where it started to set in for him was the game against Baltimore, where he sat there on the bench after the game, where Rex Ryan ripped him for it. But I think it sat in going, this is going to be a lot harder than even you would ever realize. The NFL has that way of doing it. I don't need to humble him. You don't need to humble, and you're not calling for it. I don't think we need to humble him, guys.
Confidence is a full-time job for this guy, and anyone trying to curb it might as well try to stop the sun from rising. Spoiler, they're not succeeding. Now, let's talk Baker Mayfield parallels, because Cleveland can't resist making comparisons. Shedeur isn't Baker. He's not going to twirl his mustache and fake the narrative like some kind of sad circus act.
He doesn't do what other great quarterbacks do, because that's just not who they are. That's not how they're wired. And unless you get that guy in the draft, and you're not in the position to do it right now, this is the kind of guy that I think does have a chance, because it's almost like all the crap that comes with being a Browns quarterback, he doesn't care about.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought you needed somebody different in order to turn this thing around with the Browns anyway. And that's why, but there's so many similarities. That's why every convo feels like there's something with Baker Mayfield that just looms, and it's not the idea that Baker was here and we went through 4 years with Baker.
But he does have that same spark that can light a stadium on fire. And under Haslam, those sparks are exactly what get promoted to full-blown conflagrations. Cleveland needed someone unpredictable, someone who won't play by the old rule book, someone who makes you simultaneously nervous and excited. Enter Sanders, stage left, confidence fully loaded. And here's the beauty of it. He doesn't care about all the nonsense that comes with being a Browns quarterback.
This is a crucial, pivotal, make-or-break game in Cleveland for Shedeur Sanders. If Shedeur does struggle in this game, if he gets outplayed by the first overall pick in his draft, although obviously he fell ridiculously to the 5th round, I won't be surprised if Deshaun starts next week, or if they go back to Dillon Gabriel and that's the end of Shedeur. This is for him individually, make it or break it.
I agree.
Look, this is just me. I'm hanging in with Shedeur. The Browns should win this game.
Previous quarterbacks spent half their careers apologizing for the city's heartbreak. Sanders strolls in, swag fully operational, tossing the history books aside like last season's laundry. He's not here to make friends. He's here to shake the very foundation of what Cleveland sports looks like. And maybe, just maybe, he's going to have fun doing it.
Dillon Gabriel has 0 traits for an NFL starter. Physical traits.
Sure.
He might have the mental.
Yeah.
That's why I said I think he could be a hell of a coach one day.
Yeah.
All right. But he doesn't have a single trait that says he's an NFL starting quarterback, where clearly Shedeur does. All right. We know he's got that arm talent. I love his touch on the deep ball. I loved it in college. All right. And here's something, facts that'll say why you got to keep him. All right. Yesterday he completed 3 passes for over 35 yards.
But this isn't just about football. Oh no. If Shedeur lands in Cleveland like this, he instantly becomes the face of Cleveland sports. Forget basketball, forget hockey. This kid is taking over the entire skyline of fan obsession, and the city has a choice. Embrace it or complain while eating cold pierogies in the corner.
Shedeur going 15 of 25 in the snow for 205, 2 touchdowns. I'll give him 1 interception.
You think that's enough to keep his job?
I do.
Okay.
I think winning will keep his job.
Okay.
No, the Browns should win this game. I don't think Shedeur will have to do too much. I think they keep it like they normally keep it just because the Titans are so bad.
I think Shedeur gonna have a nice little day. Now I think the defense gives Shedeur some short fields, allow him to throw a couple touchdowns. I got him throwing 2 touchdowns, high completion rate. He take care of the ball, 0 turnovers, and he just showed that leadership again, and they win the game again. So that'll be 2 wins for him.
Cleveland has to accept the entire package. The style, the attitude, the national spotlight, and the occasional eyebrow-raising antics. This isn't your dad's Browns quarterback anymore. This is a new era, and the name on the marquee? Sanders. So Cleveland, are you ready for this? Are you ready to throw old ideas of humble and safe out the window and fully commit to the Sanders era? Because if you're not, someone else might be ready to scoop up this confidence like a free sample at the grocery store.
I'm going to need Kevin to come out here and do the same thing, keep the same energy that he's been having with Dillon Gabriel. Just like when Dillon was out here and it didn't look so great and you was trotting out there in your post game and saying, hey, that's my starting quarterback next week. You need to go out there and you need to tell the media, like, without any hesitation, Shedeur Sanders is my starting quarterback next week against the San Francisco 49ers.
That's it.
Anything outside of that, man, you BSing us, you BSing your team, everybody else. Don't play the games, right?
Yeah.
Don't play the mind games with the opponent.
And the Browns, they could be staring down the beginning of a total cultural reset, whether the city's old guard likes it or not. So Cleveland, are you ready to fully embrace Shedeur as the face of your city's sports chaos? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button, and don't forget to comment and subscribe for all the latest updates.